Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Eye Opener Society. Welcome back to the Saturday morning solo episode with me. My name is Gary Dean. I am the host here of Eye Opener Society as well as minister of the church side as well. And I wanted to talk about something really important today, and that's the frustration that we're all feeling right now with the way this world and its direction is going. I don't think I need to remind anybody that things are turning to shit. It's as simple as that. I always preach positivity, better outlook, hopefulness. This is all part of my teachings. But when we really examine ourselves from afar, we're all individuals with vacuums stuck right inside of our wallets. And it's constantly sucking money out of us continuously. And we find that all this stuff that we're paying for are all scams. Insurance is a scam. I don't care what company you're with, how good they treat you, they are a scam. Credit, scam. Credit score is a bigger scam. The credit cards are a scam. Everything is a scam when it boils down to it. The rents we pay, the mortgage we pay, all of the paperwork, all of that stuff, all of the people that are in charge of these big corporations that are just sucking us dry to the point that we can no longer afford to live, where we have to fall back onto government assistance, which is also a scam. We have to try and figure out a way around this. What do I suggest? Here's a big thing. I would love to take the church, build this community where we can all pool our resources together. Now, it would be wonderful if we can all go buy a big piece of land. We own it, which is also a scam because nobody owns land, no matter how much you pay for it. We're still paying taxes on it, which are a scam. However, if we did live in one place, one community, growing our own food, taking care of our own needs, everybody that has a skill just resourcefully trades those skills amongst each other, we could live a very good, quiet life. But I'm a realist. As much as I would like to say community is fantastic, it takes one person to derail that entire community. Someone's always going to act up. Someone's always going to be stupid. Somebody's going to do something that would destroy everything that gets put together, that gets put in place, that actually works. So there's a big risk with that. And it's not fair for an entire community to fall because of one person. Could be two people, could be three, could be half the community. Stupidity runs like a disease. So, again, where do we stand? Now, as individuals, we have a little bit more leeway. We could still be part of a community. We could all still join, the communities that we wish to join. We could join Church of Eye Opener Society, and we still help each other out. But we're not in a community together. Maybe smaller groups where people trust each other a lot more. That's one option. Still trying to put all of this together in my head because eventually this church is going to reach worldwide audience. The show already does. But the church portion where Lizzie and I are going to be traveling, and that's my goal. I would like to start traveling out, meeting people, getting little smaller communities together, little like town hall meetings where we could meet in a social hall or something like that. And we could spread our word, our mission, our goals. We would love for everybody to be a part of that, but it takes real, strong dedication. We all want out of this, but it's our own faults for staying in it and being part of this 3D world, part of all the scams that go on, and we allow ourselves to be scammed every day. It's fine to have to pay for certain things, but there are things that really money just becomes the only factor. extreme profit. We keep feeding into the large corporations, even though they're small businesses that we do not patronize. Why? Maybe some of you do. And listen, I'm not singling out, I'm not saying the entire community, but listen, I've watched it myself. And I've said this before. You remember this when I say it's the Walmart theory, right? Walmart is opening up a new store. And this is going back when they were really starting, beginning. They take over a piece of land and say, we're opening up a Walmart. And everybody's up in arms about it. So aggravated, so pissed off, right? I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do that. We shouldn't support them. Stay. They're destroying small businesses and all. Opening day of Walmart, right? The parking lot is overflowing with people. Our own faults. We're human beings. We don't have the capability all the time to stay on top of things to the point where we could benefit. We could be at peace. We could be sovereign. No, what we do is keep giving in, keep allowing things to happen to ourselves. That's a flaw. I like to take the God mind and that we are much better than this. We are stronger than this. We can rise above this. We can recreate things. That's what we would like to teach with this community, this church. And we like to take people along with us, get some other ideas, get some help from one another. You help me, I help you. You have a skill, I have a skill, and we could trade. When money is needed, we could do money and we could pool money together, whatever the case may be. But we need to get rid of the big organizations that are completely reaching into our pockets every day. The corporations, the made up things that we have. Corporations do not believe we are human beings. We are profit. That's what we are. That's all we are to them. And I don't care what anybody says. Their customer service probably says otherwise, right? Because they want to keep you there. They want to tell you how wonderful you are and what a perfect human being. And wow, we really need you. You're the best. Only because you have money to give them. And you're giving them money even when you don't have the money. We can't afford to keep roofs over our heads anymore. We can't afford to put the gas in a car that's getting us to jobs that are getting us money to keep the roof over our head that we can't afford because the jobs aren't keeping up with the cost of living anymore. And we could go out there and hustle and make more money and work 2, 3 jobs a piece per household. And it's still not catching up. People in charge, people in power, they don't give a shit about us. We're peasants. We're peons. We need something better. We need a better system. Ascension is coming. We can feel it. The earth is changing because we're realizing this more and more every day. And every day, more and more people are becoming more awake. So I can tell you that we can start doing things, making small changes. Opening up our mouths, protesting, violence, and all that does not work. They love that. Creates more money. We're doing things wrong all the time. We need to keep ourselves quiet, do things quietly. Nobody else knows about it. We just live amongst ourselves. We can live by helping one another. But we cannot be stupid and we cannot keep destroying other people's peace for dumb things. Don't create a community, have about 50 people, and 3 people destroy it for everybody else because they're throwing their trash all over, they're destroying other things, they're noisy, whatever the case may be. We need to keep a community that's on the right track, that's just looking to separate from the everyday, the corporate, the nonsense, the money siphoning. We do our own thing. And we can't have other people that are messing it up because they're no better than what's going on. in the corporate world. They're just on a much smaller level now with different problems. And I could preach to you every day because in my head, I can see everything working. On paper, it's always going to work. Trial and error is the only way to get there. If we don't try, we're never going to know what the outcome is. You need to be ready. You need to be open minded. This church is not about religion. It's about you, the individuals, how we're all living together on this planet. How do we get things better? Instead of tossing your cigarette butts out windows of cars, instead of throwing your candy wrappers out the windows of cars, collect your trash and put it where it belongs. Little things like this. Things that are going to keep the earth cleaner. This way it can sustain our own lives. This is our home. Gets to the point we can't keep a roof over our head anymore because we can't afford it. But yet nature still provides. So we cannot destroy nature. My name is Gary Dean. This is Eye Opener Society. This has been my message. I'm hoping it gets through because you know what? Times are getting more and more desperate. And it's getting desperate not just for me, for you. Every one of you I know is feeling something where you're just holding on barely by threads. And it's affecting your psyche, anxiety, depression. I get it. What are we going to do to change it? This is the message. This is the question. Can Eye Opener Society help? I'm not giving you any false hope. I'm not telling you I have the answers. I'm not telling you what I'm saying right now is going to work. It's not the solution because it hasn't been tried yet. But we need to start doing something so we know where we stand and we know where we're going. And maybe we can go someplace much more peaceful, less stress, less anxiety, more of just relying on one another to help each other out. Simple. Very, very simple. I thank you for joining me on this little solo episode. Join Lizzie and I every Monday for our regular scheduled episodes. Don't forget my Wednesday night guided meditation series that helps you out because we all need that meditation. Thank you so much for joining. You're a wonderful audience. I'm hoping that all of this that's going on in the world right now doesn't affect you too much. But I understand it and I wish you well. And you can always reach out to us. And don't forget to check out the website too for the church. It's going to be in the synopsis that's down on the bottom of this program that you're watching. Just look at the synopsis. I got the website in there. Just review it. It's a work in progress, much like the church. And keep joining us for all of our episodes. Thank you again.